कई लिखी हैं प्रभु जी ने किताब, और भी हैं कई किताब, लेकिन समय की मर्यादा है और प्रभु जी के मुखारविंद से हमारा सुनने का इरादा है। तो हम प्रभु जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देंगे कि वो अपना कीमती समय निकाल के यहाँ पे आए हैं और उनका स्वागत करेंगे। एक बार हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र लेके हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। गौरांग दर्शन प्रभु की जय और भक्ति।
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 11, Text 9. Darshayam stadvidam loka Atmano bhritya vasyatam Vrajasyo vahavai harsham Bhagavan balacheshtitaihi Darshayam stadvidam loka Atmano bhritya vasyatam Vrajasyo vahavai harsham Bhagavan balacheshtitaihi Darshayam stadvidam loka Atmano bhritya vasyatam Vrajasyo vahavai harsham Bhagavan balacheshtitaihi Darshayam stadvidam loka Atmano bhritya vasyatam Vrajasyo vahavai harsham Matajis. Darshayam stadvidam loka Atmano bhritya vasyatam Darshayam things. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. To pure devotees throughout the world who could understand His activities, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna exhibited how much He can be subdued by His devotees, His servants. In this way, He increased the pleasure of the Vrajavasis by His childhood activities. Purport. That Krishna performed childhood activities to increase the pleasure of his devotees was another transcendental humor. He exhibited these activities not only to the inhabitants of Vrajabhumi, but also to others who were captivated by his external energy and opulence. Both the internal devotees, who were simply absorbed in love of Krishna, and the external devotees, who were captivated by his unlimited potency, were informed of Krishna's desire to be submissive to his servants. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurinmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। I offer my respectful obeisances to all the devotees who are assembled here, many seniors, His Grace Rupanuga Prabhu, and many other devotees here. I seek your blessings to glorify Krishna for the next few minutes and forever, of course. With our body, mind, and words, we need to glorify Krishna. That's the purpose of life. Today we are discussing from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Sukadeva Goswami says, Darshayam stadvidam loke atmano bhritya vashyatam. Krishna wanted to demonstrate his quality of being controlled by his devotees, so that all his internal devotees, all his devotees who are very dear to him, and all those people who are also under the clutches of material energy, they all come to know how much Krishna is captivated, controlled, captured by the love and affection of his devotees, especially the Vrajavasis. Darshayam stadvidam loke atmano bhritya vashyatam. Bhritya means servant. Vashyata means to be captured by, controlled by. We all know that Krishna has this quality of bhakta vatsalyata. He is called bhakta vatsala, one who is very affectionate towards his devotees. Bhakta vatsala means one who is affectionate towards his devotees. Lord is here, devotees are here, he is showing affection from top. Okay. Bhritya vashyata means devotees are here, Lord is here. Lord is receiving affection from top. That's the difference. Bhritya vashyata means Lord is not showing affection towards them by being in a superior position. The Lord is relishing that pleasure of seeing his devotee in a superior position, while he is being dependent on the devotee who is in a superior position. Like Yashoda Mata in this current context. Yashoda Mata tries to bind Krishna, and Krishna agrees to be bound. Krishna accepted her position superior to his own self. Krishna accepted her desires to take more prominence than his own desires. That is Krishna. Okay. So Vrajasyova havai harsham Bhagavan balacheshtitai. Bhagavan is doing balacheshtas, so many childhood activities, and he is giving harsha, he is giving happiness to all the Vrajavasis and to everyone else. Okay. Iti driksvalilabhiranandakunde svaghosham nimajjantam akhypayantam tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktayarchitatvam punah prematastam shatavriti vande. Iti driksvalilabhir. Leelas like Damodar Leela or many other Leelas, Mrita Bhakshana Leela. Krishna is performing them. And doing what? Svaghosham nimajjantam. Ananda Kunde. He is immersing the minds and the hearts of all his dear devotees and Vrajavasis in pools of ecstasy. Ananda Kundi. Vrajasyovaha Vaiharsham Bhagavan Balacheshtitaihi. Okay, he's immersing everyone in pools of great spiritual bliss. And by doing so, he's announcing to all those people who are attached to his majesty, and he's announcing to even common people who are controlled by Maya, external energy, how much he is controlled by his devotees. That's the gist of this shloka, as Prabhupada has eloquently presented in his purport. So, of all the qualities of Lord Krishna, his quality of affection towards his devotees, mercy upon his devotees, stands the topmost. Yes, Krishna is the supreme creator, controller, master, maintainer, but Krishna is a lover of his devotees. Krishna likes to be a servant of his devotees. Okay. That merciful attitude of Krishna towards his devotees stands as one of the topmost attributes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And that affection, that love of Krishna towards his bhrityas is exhibited in multiple forms in reciprocation with the consciousness of the bhritya. Okay. Here the shloka says bhritya vashyatam or bhakta vashyatam. So who is a bhritya? Bhritya means servant. Okay. Who is bhritya? Everybody is servant. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasava bhritya. Okay. Everybody is a servant. But only those servants who are in the consciousness of being servants of Krishna are controlled by Krishna's love. Or Krishna is controlled by their love. Okay. So there are some devotees who are in pure consciousness of rendering service to Krishna. Krishna's reciprocation with them is of a certain flavor. And there are some devotees who are in impure consciousness of lording over this material nature. Krishna's reciprocation with them is of a different flavor. And there are some devotees who are not having pure consciousness of rendering service to Krishna with full dedication, but they are in a very preliminary stage of bhakti, neophyte stage of bhakti. They are not yet perfect, but they are trying to practice sincerely. Krishna's reciprocation with them is of a different style, right? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tamstathaiva bhajamyaham. The way you approach me, in a similar way I reciprocate with you, Krishna promises in Bhagavad Gita. And except in one case, Krishna fulfilled this promise, right? Only in the case of one group of devotees he could not fulfill this promise. You know who are they? The gopis of Vrindavan. So, the gopis of Vrindavan have dedicated everything to Krishna. Their minds, their hearts, they have given up everything to serve Krishna, to be with Krishna. Pati sutanvayat bhratrubandhava ati vilanghyate nyachyuta gata gati vidastavod gita mohita kitavayoshitah kastya jennishi. We have given up everything. Pati, Suta, Bhratru, Bandhava. We have given up everybody to come and serve you. Krishna, how cruel you are. What a great cheater you are. You are asking us to get out of this forest in the middle of the night, saying that it is not safe for us. There are so many ferocious animals in the forest. Why did you play flute? Right? Udgita mohitaha. So we are attracted by your enchanting flute playing. We have given up everything and we came here to serve you, and you are asking us to go back? Kitavayoshitaha kastyaje nishi. Oh, Kitava, oh cheater, how can you reject us? Gopis said that. Krishna said, okay, fine, no problem. I'll dance with you. He started dancing with all the gopis. Then after a while, the gopis felt so happy. It's a transcendental pride that overwhelmed their hearts because of receiving such intimate association of Krishna. And Krishna immediately disappeared from the scene. And the gopis started singing Gopi Gita. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam Kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham. Like that, they were just singing the glories of Krishna, enacting the pastimes of Krishna, asking every tree and creeper and wild animal, forest animal, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Searching for Krishna everywhere. Then finally, Krishna became visible to them, to cut the long story short. Then the gopis asked the Supreme Lord Krishna, Krishna, what kind of person you are? Generally, we see three kinds of people who reciprocate with others. Three kinds of people. Three kinds of reciprocators. Okay, you tell us who you are. Option number one. Those who reciprocate with others only when others do some service. Right? So, if you help him, he will help you. That is first category. Then second category is, even if you don't help him, he will help you. Those who reciprocate with other people are those who favor other people, help other people, despite not receiving any support from them, any reciprocation from them. Very selfless. That is second category. Third category of people are neutral. Whether you serve them or don't serve them, they are indifferent. Nothing to do. They have nothing to do with your reciprocation. They don't reciprocate, that's all. This third category. Okay, like yogis, atmaramas, munis, right? So, which category do you belong to, my dear Krishna? They asked. Option A, option B, option C. Krishna said option 4. Option D. He said, your three options are not covering the entire spectrum of reciprocators. Okay, none of the above. I have a new option, fourth option. What's your fourth option? Then Krishna said that I purposely don't reciprocate with people just to increase their longing for me, increase their love for me. I purposely keep my devotees in separation, feelings of separation, so that in separation, their absorption on me, their remembrance of me is intensified. Okay? I am Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji ki Jai. So, Krishna said, I belong to option number 4. Okay? But actually, Krishna finally admitted, I am not even in category 4. I am in category 5. What is category 5? Anyone knows? The fifth category is, I am incapable of reciprocating. Okay? With your love. You have given up everything. Naparayeham niravadya samyujam. Means, even if you give me one full lifetime of Brahma to repay the debt that I owe you, I cannot repay. Right? I am incapable of reciprocating with you. You have given up everything for me and I am unable to do anything for you. Although I have promised it so confidently in Bhagavad Gita, ye yathama prapadyante tamstathaiva bhajamyaham. But I thoroughly failed. I have become completely bankrupt in repaying you for all the service that you have done to me, O gopis. Krishna said, may you be satisfied with your own loving devotional service. I don't have anything else to offer you, my dear gopis. I belong to the fifth category. In your case, okay, in your case, in all other cases, I can belong to any of the other categories, but in your case, I belong to the fifth category. I don't have the ability to reciprocate with your service. The amount of service that you have done to me, the amount of love and affection that you have for me is non-repayable. I can never reciprocate with you sufficiently. The gopis are constantly absorbed in Krishna. Whatever they do, they are only thinking of Krishna. Yadohane vahanane mathanopalepah prinkankhanar bharudito kshanamaarjanatau gayanti chainamanurakta dhiyo shrukantyo dhanyavrajastriya urukramachittayanah. Yadohane, while they are milking cows. Vahanane, while they are threshing grains. Mathana, while they are churning buttermilk. Upalepa, while they are painting their homes with cow dung, or putting rangolis. Prinkankhana, while they are swinging on swings. Arbharudita, while they are taking care of their crying babies. Ukshana, while they are sprinkling their courtyards with water mixed with cow dung. Marjanado, while they are sweeping the floors of Vrindavan, whatever they are doing, Gayanti chaina manurakta dhiyo shrukanthyo dhanyavrajastriya urukrama chittayana. They are constantly singing the glories of Krishna. Their mind, their hearts are completely immersed in pools of ecstasy. Prajasyova havai harsham. They are experiencing so much of harsha, happiness, bliss in their absorption in Krishna, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's nama, rupa, guna, leela. This is a constant activity without compromising on anything they are doing. Any activity that they are doing, they do with perfect perfection, but with complete absorption in Krishna. So, I don't have the ability to reciprocate with you sufficiently, O gopis. He said. Still, the gopis, out of their innocence, out of their simplicity, they just accepted Krishna's words. Oh, you want to increase our longing, remembrance for you, by being separated from you, we accept your answer. Okay, then Krishna started dancing with them. But actually speaking, all the Krishna said none of the above. He belongs to all the 5 categories. All the above is the answer. So philosophically, when we analyze, we see all the above. First category is, if you approach him in a certain way, Krishna will reciprocate with you. Reciprocator. That is, yayathamam prapadyante tamsadeva bhajamyaham. So it's proved that Krishna is belonging to the first category. Second category, right? Even if you don't approach him, they will reciprocate. Actually, best example for second category is parents. Okay, so business people, they reciprocate if they receive favor. Parents, even if the children are not reciprocating with them, parents shower love for them. Similarly, Krishna also, even if a living entity has no love for Krishna, even if the living being commits such sinful, abominable activities and takes birth as worm in stool also, Krishna loves them. Krishna stays within their hearts as super soul. Paramatma. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattaha smritirgnanam apohanam cha Ishvaraha sarva bhutanam hridyeshe arjuna tishtati. So the Lord stays within the hearts of all living beings. Second category. True. Krishna belongs to second category also. Third category, whatever may be your approach, Krishna is Atmaram. Krishna is neutral. Mother Kunti also offers a prayer. She says, Namo akinchana vittaya nivritta gunavrittaye Atma Ramaya Shantaya Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. The Lord is Atmaram. His happiness, his pleasure, his bliss is not dependent on your service. You are serving him for your upliftment. But the Lord is not dependent on your service. When he presents himself or he places himself in a situation where he seems to be dependent on you, that is only to give you an opportunity to come closer to him. Otherwise, the Lord is not dependent on anyone. He is Atmaram, Aptakam, Purna Manoratha. So, Atmaram means he is self-satisfied, self-sustainable. He is not dependent on anyone. Okay. Third category, true. Fourth category is true in the case of the gopis, we have seen. So the Lord wants to increase the longing of his devotees by not presenting himself in front of them. And actually this is more true in the case of other devotees, like say Narada Muni in his past life, when he was the son of a maid servant. So he was worshipping, he was meditating on the Lord, and the Lord immediately withdrew his darshan. And he said, I want to increase your longing for me. Therefore, I gave a taste of my darshan. Now you keep hankering for this darshan. Once you are mature in your prema, I will give you darshan. Okay? That is true for them. And in the case of the gopis, the Lord is unable to reciprocate with them. Okay? So, he belongs to all 5 categories. So, Krishna is so expert in playing multiple roles to perfection, in reciprocation with people of different categories, different consciousness, right? Yadyad dhiyata urugaya vibhavayanti tattat vapuhu pranayase sadanugrahaya. The way you approach Krishna and worship Krishna in that particular form, he will reciprocate with you. Krishna is so merciful that he can manifest one unique form to reciprocate with a devotee, one particular devotee. He can manifest one form for each devotee, each living being. Means he can expand himself into millions of forms to reciprocate with millions of devotees. He can completely make himself totally customized in reciprocating with you. To that degree, Krishna is merciful, and his heart is so deep, his heart is so vast that it can accommodate millions and trillions of souls with so much love and affection, whatever stage they may be in. So, now one important point that Krishna spoke to the gopis is that you be satisfied with your own devotional service. I cannot sufficiently reciprocate with you, I cannot repay you. What does it mean? When we sincerely render unmotivated, uninterrupted, selfless, seamless, causeless, ceaseless, ahituki, apratihata bhakti unto Krishna, we will be satisfied with that selfless devotional service. Even Krishna does not have anything beyond this to give us for our satisfaction. Okay. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Savai pumsam paro dharmo, the supreme duty, supreme engagement of every single living being is to render unmotivated and uninterrupted bhakti unto Krishna. Right? When we do so, when our service to Krishna is without any material motives or ulterior agendas or personal desires, and when our service to Krishna is consistent without any irregularities or undue breaks, then yayatma suprasidati, heart is completely satisfied. The satisfaction of selfless devotional service is the topmost satisfaction, topmost pleasure that any soul can ever aspire for in the cosmos since time immemorial for the rest of eternity. Right? So, even Krishna does not have anything beyond this to give us. Krishna doesn't have anything in his big treasure house to give us anything beyond the satisfaction of selfless bhakti. So, when we selflessly render service to Krishna, that selfless service satisfies our heart. No Indra Padavi can satisfy. No Brahma's position can satisfy. Sovereignty over all planets in the universe or sovereignty over all the universes also cannot satisfy us beyond this satisfaction of selflessness, selfless bhakti unto Krishna. That's why repeatedly our several devotees in Bhagavatam, they pray, Nanaka prishtam, na chaparamishtam, na sarvabhaumam, na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhim, apunarbhavam va, samanjasatva virahaya kankshi. The Nagapatnis pray like this, Rantidev prays like this, Vritrasar prays like this. We don't want any exalted position in the entire creation. Anything under the sky, anything beyond the sky is not worth aspiring. Only service to Krishna is worth aspiring. Right? One who is not on this level of consciousness, but one who is aspiring this consciousness, a sadhaka devotee, a practitioner of bhakti yoga, even during practice days also that sadhaka can get mercy from Krishna. Right? We have seen how Krishna is very merciful towards pure devotees like Vrajavasis. Right? How he gives himself to them, how he is totally feeling bankrupt in reciprocating with them, how he is indebted to them. But what about practicing devotees? Krishna is so grateful that even if you offer little tulsi and little Gangajal also, he feels that this devotee has purchased me with this tulsi leaf by paying the payment of tulsi leaf. Right? So one of the topmost qualities of Krishna is his gratitude. Okay. Many qualities. In every context we discuss this is the topmost quality. Okay. Anyways, Kripa is definitely the topmost. Gratitude also is one of the most important qualities of Krishna. Krishna becomes grateful for even a simple offering that we make to Krishna. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktipahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. even if somebody offers little patram or pushpam, Krishna becomes very indebted to such a devotee. Gajendra, in his previous life, he offered devotional service unto the Lord as Indradyumna Maharaj. And in the next life, when he became elephant and caught by this jaws of crocodile, you know what Krishna did? Krishna inspired Gajendra. Hey, you have memorized the prayer in your past life. You remember that? I'll give you remembrance. Offer that prayer. Krishna made Gajendra offer that prayer. And in reciprocation with that prayer, Krishna himself came on the back of Garuda to protect him. Match fixing. So it's totally match fixing. So Krishna himself is inducing us to pray, and he himself is reciprocating with that prayer. Okay. Krishna is more desperate, more eager to give us mercy than we are eager to receive that mercy. Oftentimes this is the case. Okay. So Putana came to kill Krishna, but Krishna considered that, oh, she's like my mother. So let me just show some mercy. Ajamil was chanting the name of Narayana, but not Lord Narayana, his son Narayana. Okay, but Krishna thought that, oh, Ajamil is chanting my name. Hey, he didn't mean you. Although Krishna is Bhavagrahi, Krishna kept Ajamil's Bhava aside and caught his name only, what he uttered only. Yes, Kunti Maharani's prayers in that purports proper writes very beautifully that it's not just the utterance, it is the quality of feeling. Okay, the quality of feeling is important. But still, because Krishna is very desperate to show his mercy upon us, Krishna finds some reason, direct reason or indirect reason, to show some mercy. Gajendra did not chant my name, Krishna, Rama, Narasimha, Varaha, but no problem. He described some qualities of a supreme person whose qualities match my qualities. Although Gajendra wrote a letter to whomsoever it may concern, whoever has all these qualities, let him come and protect me. The Lord thought, okay, no problem, I have these qualities, let me go and protect him. Right? So Putana came in a attire which is like the mother, but Krishna said, no problem. Although her attitude is not unpleasant, her attire is pleasant. Her activities are pleasant like a mother, resembling a mother. Let me reciprocate with her. Let me give her mercy. Right? Same is the case with Ajamil. Ajamil was chanting Narayana, but calling his son. But the Lord thought that I must protect him. He has purchased me by saying Narayana with great affection while calling his son, with great anxiety while seeing the Yamadutas. So Ajamil chanted the name of the Lord not just once on the deathbed. He chanted hundreds of times, thousands of times while calling his son out of affection. By that he already purified himself. One chanting of the name of the Lord with sincerity, without any offenses, can purify us from the offenses that more than we could commit ever in the entire lifetime. Okay, that's the potency of holy name. Therefore, devotees who are trying to practice devotional service, they focus on the elements of sadhana and try to reflect on Krishna's mercy. How merciful Krishna is, because he has given me this opportunity to chant Krishna's names. Out of millions and trillions of living beings, human beings on this planet or in the entire universe or in the entire cosmos, how many people are getting to chant Krishna's names? And Krishna has given me that opportunity to chant his names. He has revealed to me some glories of his names. So we need to be grateful to Krishna. Okay. So Krishna is grateful for even Patram Pushpam Phalam Tayam that we offer. How much should we be grateful to Krishna for revealing us the path to reach his lotus feet through his acharyas, through his representatives, right? Therefore, as a part of practice, it's our responsibility to keep our consciousness on Krishna's on Krishna's glories. Keep our meditation on Krishna's qualities. So the fourth canto of Bhagavatam compares our consciousness with water in a paddy field. Fine. So you need to raise mud banks around the paddy field to retain the water within the paddy field, right? And you should pluck out the weeds every now and then, so that all the water is going to the paddy plants and not to the weeds. And you need to raise mud banks so that the water doesn't flow out of the field, right? Similarly, we need to protect our consciousness from deviation towards name, fame, prestige, allurements of Maya, temptations and tribulations. So we keep meditating on various allurements of Maya, but sometimes we don't prioritize keeping our consciousness by raising mud banks around our consciousness. We don't focus on sufficiently plucking out the weeds in the field of our consciousness, right? Another important analogy, something similar analogy given before canto only. So there's a nice pure lake, water reservoir. Okay. If so many unnecessary plants and trees grow on the shore of that lake, what happens? These unnecessary plants or poisonous plants will suck away all the pure water from the water reservoir. Therefore, those who are living near that water reservoir must remove all these unnecessary plants so that the water is available for the Lord's worship and for human beings to relish. Right? Similarly, we also need to protect our consciousness from being distracted to so many allurements of Maya. Even within devotional service, there are hundreds and thousands of distractions, lot of gossip, a lot of unnecessary discussions, even amongst devotees sometimes, right? So, it's the responsibility of a sadhaka to protect that consciousness, to keep it focused on Krishna's qualities, Krishna's nama, rupa, guna, lila. Therefore, it's mentioned, Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujan Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana Grihnantu munchantu va Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja Vamshe kalankostu va Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna Mattayamanam tume Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujan. Let my mind not be deviated. Let my consciousness not be diverted towards anything other than Krishna's lotus feet, even for one kshana, even for one moment. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujan Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana Grihnantu munchantu va. Our own relatives, our own friends, our own family members may sometimes criticize us for being so absorbed in Krishna consciousness. Did you experience it sometimes? But no problem. Prahalad is the best example. But he didn't mind. He just focused on his Krishnatmanam. Okay. Grihanantu munchantuva. Let them accept me, let them reject me. No problem. I'll not leave Krishna's lotus feet. Okay. Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja Vamshe kalankostuva. Some people may blame me that I am bringing bad name to my dynasty. No problem. Let them speak like that. What is the best glory of a dynasty? To have somebody completely dedicated to Krishna in that dynasty is the glory of dynasty. I am clear about it. So when we are clear about what we are doing, we will not be disturbed by the comments that keep coming. Right? Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam tume. Because a devotee, even in sadhaka stage, experiences that love and affection of Krishna in the heart, a devotee is not tempted by all the allurements. Devotee is not tormented by all tribulations. Miseries exist, but they don't overwhelm a devotee. They don't trouble a devotee. They don't torture a devotee. Because within the heart, the devotee is experiencing the mercy of Krishna, grace of Krishna. We may think, I am undergoing so many difficulties. Where is grace of Krishna here? I am chanting since 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Where is Krishna's grace here? Let's reflect. The very fact that we are chanting since 20, 30, 40 years is that Krishna is merciful upon us, right? When we start counting our blessings, our complaints will reduce, right? So problem is we don't sufficiently count our blessings and the number of complaints are piled up so much. Krishna did not do this, Krishna did not do that. I faced this injustice, that injustice. Aho kashtam, aho anyayam yadyuyam dharmanandana. Our Bhishma is speaking to Yudhishthir Maharaj. In how many difficulties and injustices he have faced. But the Pandavas did not deviate from three things. You know what are they? Vipra dharma achyuta ashrayaha. So even if other people, their response to us is not appropriate, their dealing with us is not appropriate, we can be rooted in our own virtues, our own values, our own culture. Vipra, in our context it is Vaishnavas. Dharma, in our context it is Bhakti, devotional service. Achyuta is Krishna. Vipra dharma achyuta ashrayaha. Let us take shelter of sincere devotees, the process of Bhakti Yoga and Krishna. Then although miseries exist, troubles exist, we will not be overwhelmed. We will not be unduly affected. We will be able to experience Krishna's grace. Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam tume. Chanting the holy names of Krishna and studying Srimad Bhagavatam or Vaishnava literatures in a mood of devotion, not like a scholar, not like an academician, not like a philosopher, okay, not even like a speaker, right? When we speak Harikatha, it should be just a product of our absorption in Bhagavatam, right? Speaking is not the inspiration to study Bhagavatam, whether we have to speak or not speak. Our absorption in Bhagavatam should continue. Speaking is a byproduct of our absorption in the pastimes of Krishna, the glories of Krishna, the Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila of Krishna, right? When we expose ourselves to the main two benedictions, main two gifts in Krishna consciousness, that is Shravanam and Kirtanam, we will be able to navigate through all the other challenges. Shravanam and Kirtanam. Many people can deprive us of many things, but nobody can take away this Bhagavatam and beat back from us. Right? So these are our permanent gifts. Let us embrace them, let us hug them. Okay? Let us be within their embrace. Right? So as long as that is there, everything else we can handle. Okay? Ups and downs, we cannot stop them, but we can handle them. Right? So let us relish Krishna's holy names and Krishna Katha. Now, there is this beautiful shloka that describes the sweetness of Krishna's names. Even in sadhaka stage, we can relish that sweetness provided we prioritize it. Okay. Madhura madhura metan mangalam mangalanam sakala nigamavalli satvalam chitsvarupam sakridapi parigitam shraddhaya helayava bhruguvaranaramatram tarayet Krishna nama. Madhura madhura metan, holy name of Krishna is the sweetest of all sweet things. Mangalam mangalanam, holy name of Krishna is the most auspicious of all auspicious things. Right? Madhura madhura metan mangalam mangalanam sakala nigamavalli satvalam chitsvarupam. All the scriptures are compared with a valli, creeper, and holy name of Krishna is like a fruit of that creeper, ripened fruit of that creeper. Bhagavatam is like ripened fruit of desire tree of Vedic literatures, but here holy name is compared to this fruit. Okay. Sakridapi parigitam shraddhaya helayava. Even if you chant the holy name of Krishna once, either with shraddha or even in a neglectful manner, still Bhruguvaranaramatram tarayet Krishna nama. Krishna's holy name is very merciful. It can deliver us. If neglectful chanting of Ajamil, or to say, Ajamil chanted without faith, Ajamil chanted at the time of death, Ajamil chanted to call his son, Ajamil chanted with a background of so many sinful activities. What if we chant by following four regulative principles? What if we chant not at the time of death, throughout the lifetime? What if we chant with faith? What if we chant to call the Lord? Okay, so we can see the opportunity and privilege that we have. Sometimes the moral goes very down. We may be deprived that what's happening in my bhakti life. But oftentimes we ignore the greatest privilege that we have to focus on the core activities of devotional service, Shravanam and Kirtanam. Okay, then we can actually access Krishna's grace. And on top of it, Lord Krishna appeared as the most merciful, munificent incarnation, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who could be more merciful than him? प्रेमानामद्भुतार्थः श्रवणपथगतः तस्य नाम्ना महिम्नः को वेत्ता कस्य वृन्दावनविपिनमः माधुरीषु प्रवेशम् को वा जानाति राधां परमरसचमत्कारमाधुर्यसीमाम् एकश्चैतन्यचन्द्रः परमकरुणया सर्वमाविश्चकार. Prabodhananda Saraswati says in this way, Prema namadbhutartha. Prema is the adbhuta artha of our life. Artha means purpose, the meaning of our life, the purpose of our life. Prema pumartho mahan, right? Who has defined the purpose of our life as Krishna Prema? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prema namadbhutartha Shravanapathagatah tasya namna mahimnah. How do we access this greatest purpose of life? How do we attain this greatest goal of life, Krishna Prema? By chanting Krishna Nama. You chant Krishna Nama to attain Krishna Prema. After attaining Krishna Prema, you chant Krishna Nama with Krishna Prema. Don't give up. Krishna Nama. Oh, I attain Krishna Prema. No need of Krishna Nama anymore. Okay. Prema namadbhutartha Shravanapathagatah tasya namna mahimnah ko vetta kasya vrindah vanavipinamaha madhurishu praveshah. If Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not there, who would have understood that the meaning, purpose of my life is Krishna Prema? The means to attain that goal is chanting Krishna Nama. And who would have understood the intricate ecstasies of Vraja Prema? Who would have understood the intricate details of the moods of Vrajavasis? Who would have got access to Vrindavan Dham? Only Mahaprabhu has given us access to Vrindavan Dham, right? Vana vipinamaha madhurishu praveshaha. How did we get entrance into Vrindavan? Not with the bus ticket. The consciousness, the mood in which we have to enter in Vrindavan is exemplified, shown by, taught by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We need to be grateful to him. Further, we have access to Srimati Radharani, who has introduced to us Srimati Radharani. Ko va janati radham paramarasa chamatkara madhurya simam. Ko va janati radham. Who would have known Srimati Radharani as paramarasa chamatkara madhurya simam, as the epitome of Madhurya Prema, the most wonderful, magical emotion that one can have for Krishna is Madhurya Prema, and Srimati Radharani is the epitome of that Madhurya Prema. Who would have understood, who would have accessed her grace? Right? Ko va janati radham paramarasa chamatkara madhurya simam ekas chaitanya chandraha parama karunaya sarvama vishchakaraha. It is only Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his Parama Karuna, Sarvam Avishchakara, he has done Avishkara of all these 5 gifts to all of us. Krishna Nama, Krishna Prema, Vrindavan Dham and Radharani. He has given all these great gifts to us. And Srimad Bhagavatam, right? We need to be grateful. We need to be very observant and alert and vigilant in our life, in our sadhaka life. We need to understand what we have received through Krishna, from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through our acharyas like Srila Prabhupada and many other Vaishnava acharyas. So when the heart is filled with gratitude, when the heart is filled with appreciation for the mercy that we have attained, we have received, the heart will not crib, complain, compare, and get frustrated. Right? So let us relish, let us appreciate, and then try to relish the sweetness of Krishna's name, the greatest gift that Mahaprabhu has given us. We'll conclude with this one more glory on the holy name of Krishna. 2 minutes ahead. One shloka, no problem, right? Kalyananam nidhanam kalimalathanam pavanam patheyam yan mumuksho sapadi parapada praptaye prochyamanam vishramasthanamekam kavivaravachasam jivanam sajjananam bijam dharmadhruvasya prabhavatu bhavato bhutaye Krishna nama. Kalyananam nidhanam. The holy name of Krishna is the abode of all auspiciousness. Kalyananam nidhanam kalimalamathanam pavanam. Kalimalamathanam, the holy name of Krishna can completely clean away the contamination of Kali Yuga. We are affected oftentimes by exposing ourselves to the contamination of Kali Yuga. That comes in the form of complaints, comparison, criticism, competition, unhealthy competition, cribbing, disappointment, and discouragement, depression, being dysfunctional. So, all this contamination of Kali Yuga can be kept away. We cannot avoid it. We are in Kali Yuga, of course. Right? Prabhupada says that in monsoon you cannot stop rains, but you can take an umbrella. Similarly, we cannot stop the contamination of Kali Yuga, but you can take the umbrella of holy name. Because holy name is Kalyananam nidhanam kalimalamathanam pavanam. Pavanam means of all the purifying agents, the holy name of Krishna is the purest and it can cause the greatest purification. Patheyam yan mumukshohu. If you are aspiring to go to the lotus feet of Krishna by following a spiritual path, then if you are a traveler, what do you need? You need some lunch bag, right? You need something to eat, some food on the way. Okay, we are embarking on a great journey from the material world to spiritual world. From Maya consciousness to Krishna Prema. It's a great journey. In this great journey, we need some food to eat, right? What is that food? Holy name of Krishna. Patheyam yan mumukshoho sapadi parapada praptaye prochyamanam. So lunch bag that mothers pack for their kids contains some rice or chapati, etc. But the lunch bag that Srimati Radharani has packed for us, or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has offered us, is the holy name of Krishna. You take this holy name, this food, you keep eating this food regularly on your journey, you will reach safely. But while you are traveling on the journey, sometimes you get exhausted. In the olden days, when there were no buses or cars or flights, people would walk on foot in journey. When they get exhausted, what did they do? They go under a tree, take some rest. Right? Travelers take some rest. What is that resting place for sadhaka who is going on a journey to Krishna? Krishna's holy name. Right? Patheyam yan mumukshoho sapadi parapada praptaye prochyamanam vishramasthanamekam kavivaravachasam jivanam sajjananam. Vishrama-sthanam-ekam. Your resting place is also holy name only. Sometimes while doing service, while doing your sadhana, you may get exhausted, you may get tired. While executing some big responsibility, you may sometimes feel very wiped out, exhausted, frustrated. Then what should you do? Take a bead bag, chant the holy names of Krishna. That is Vishrama-sthanam-ekam. Kavivaravachasam jivanam sajjananam. Great kavis, great philosophers and great devotees, poetic devotees, glorified that holy name is the resting place, holy name is your food, holy name is the source of your nourishment. Right? Jivanam sajjananam. Holy name is the life for all sajjans, devotees. If you are planning to become sajjans, good people, devotees, our jivanam is holy name. Vishrama-sthanam-ekam kavivaravachasam jivanam sajjananam. Bijam dharmadhruvasya prabhavatu bhavato bhutaye Krishna nama. Krishna nama, chanting the holy name of Krishna is the bijam, the seed of dharmadhruma, seed for the tree of devotional service, right? That gives us shelter from all sufferings of this material existence. that takes us to the lotus feet of Krishna. So let us count all these blessings. Let us embrace all these blessings, opportunities to come closer to Krishna. Let us be in their embrace and let us try to serve to the best of our capacity. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Sorry for going over time.
गौरांग दर्शन प्रभु की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय. लग रहा था सुनती रहे.